The same energy all of you are using to ask Wunmi that where was she when the nurse was treating Mohbad and all of that. I think you guys should use same energy to ask Chioma where she was when Ifeanyi was in that pool and the little kid had to suffer and we lost that little awesome boy. Use that same energy to question Chioma now, or question Davido, or make Davido or Chioma look like they are irresponsible for not staying home while they left their kid with the maid. Then the kid became a victim of what happened. Or use that same energy to question the police officer or the police station that took the statement of Mohbad when he went to complain that he was being bullied by Sami Larry. Use that same energy to question the Nigerian police. That same energy all of you are putting on Wunmi, like she was irresponsible, forgetting that she has a 5-month-old baby to cater for, meaning psychologically attention has been divided for the father and the son, because that is how it works. When someone becomes a mother, when a woman becomes a mother, that means attention is going to be divided. She needs to be in the kitchen to prepare probably whatsoever for the son or whatsoever for the father. She needs to cater for the father, cater for the son. At the same time, the baby rather, because I am now generalizing for most women. So use that same energy to go and question Nigerian police on why was Mohbad whatsoever petition was thrown away. Note, they said Mohbad never came back, which I refuse to believe. I refuse to believe that. So use the same energy to question the Nigerian police on what was it that happened after Mohbad wrote the petition. They should give us concrete evidence on what actually happened. And for people that are asking the question or saying Wunmi was trying to change the police narratives and all. Someone asked me a question about the police said Mohbad's injury was severe and Wunmi said it was a minor injury and all of that. And I asked the question back, or maybe I said, what is severe to some people might be minor to some other people. And it's the simple reality. In as much as I know that ordinary headache, under 5 minutes, that someone stood up and say, I am having headache, and within that 5 minutes, the person died. In as much as I have seen cases like that, then I would never conclude on the fact that something that have to be minor or severe before it can lead to someone's death. Goldie Adebimpe, a former artist, now so rest in perfect peace, she used to be signed to Skelly's Music. She had a back-to-back show, and I think she came back, and according to what they really said, I think she said she complained of a minor headache and it resulted to her death. What's his name? Murphy Afolabi, according to the people that were there, they said Murphy Afolabi was complaining of one or two things. And before they knew it, he slumped and he died. Meanwhile, they gave us a different narrative on social media. To the level of, they said he entered the bedroom and he slept and he died. And one guy came online and started saying, there are some spirits. Once you want to enter bedroom, you must recite this, you must do this. I said, come by the bedroom and everything and all. Only for the people that were there to come online to tell us exactly what actually happened that leads to his death. When Nigeria wants to nail you, when they are ready to nail you, they come up with all sorts of dumb talks. They will never be dynamical. They will never ask the right question. They will never be logical. They will just be, once they have problem with you, the main focus and the priority, they leave it. And they sound like they are also perfect, like they are too perfect not to have made that kind of mistake. My woman always tell me something. She will say, they will tell you, that is in English. People will say, if I were in that position, I would have done it this way, I would have acted this way. But wait for them to be in that position first, before you now know their true reaction and how they are going to handle it. Then, that is when you can now say, oh, this person actually said this, and this person is all about what they said. The fact that you wanted me to talk, and she ends up talking, I knew there are some people that are still going to come on social media to ask some dumb questions, to act like it is not a norms for someone to be receiving treatment somewhere and the other person is somewhere doing some other stuff. I know there are some people that are going to talk about Wunmi being careless. But what I don't get is this. Wunmi staying there, what difference would it have made? What I am trying to figure out the difference because
welcome back. You heard what the young man said. Of course, we have all looked at all that you have highlighted, all that you pointed out, that is it not possible? Is it something that is strange that someone could be somewhere else in the same house when the other person is receiving treatment? Of course, obviously. There are cases where nurses are even around and a patient loses his life, or her life. These things are possible. But what he refused to touch on, and I want him to touch on this, is the audio recording of Mohbad accusing Wunmi. And he should also talk to us about the white cloth that Mohbad complained about once he was alive. And also, he should also make us understand more the white cloth, or let's say piece of cloth. I don't want to, put colors on it, that was thrown in the coffin of Mohbad, even though Wunmi at the coroner inquest spoke not really at length. She just touched on one or two reasons why she had to do it, that her mother called her and she was told to do this and do that. Now, if we cannot ask questions, then donation should not be requested. That is it. And whoever it is that took donation should return it back. Because we have the right to ask questions. That is the truth. That's reality. In fact, in a Senate climb, when issues like this come up, when terrible events like this happen, wife, partner, husband are the first suspect. Questions will be asked. What is the motive? That is the most important. What is the motive behind the RIP? Do not forget that Sam Larry, Naira Marley, they all were, attacked the same way. People wanted to draw them in to find out what happened. They came back from wherever it is that they went to, and the Nigerian police, in their own wisdom, interrogated them, and that is what we know. They claimed that Prime Boy, Mohbad's childhood friend, and Mohbad had a terrible fight. And till date, we do not have any video recording of this terrible fight. And do not forget that thousands of people gathered at that event. So how come one person did not record that terrible fight? According to Wunmi, she said she was sitting in the middle, Mohbad was sitting on one other side, and Prime Boy was sitting on the other end. Mohbad's junior brother was sent to break money into smaller denomination to give, in quote, to Mohbad's fans. And when Mohbad, got angry when his junior brother returned, and Prime Boy was saying words like, what made you stay this long? And, he replied, Prime Boy, and Prime Boy looked in the direction of Mohbad and said, oh, so you're not going to say anything? My own junior brother will not speak in such a disrespectful manner to you whilst I'm there, and I'll be quiet. It's just not possible. What is this? Why are you quiet? And according to Wunmi's statement, Mohbad got upset, opened the door, asked Prime Boy to step out and go. Now, probably Prime Boy did not step out of the car. He felt insulted, like, what are we saying? Why are you acting this way? Why are you embarrassing me? What is this? I don't know if they had fights or issues between them, or Mohbad just felt like he should act that way. I'm not really sure exactly what it is. Well, he tried dragging his friend down. Tried dragging Prime Boy down. Probably trying to, scuttle, trying to drag each other, whatever it is. I don't know what happened. They claim that he had some injuries, scratches. But from the statement of Wunmi, when this started, she claimed that she went to meet up with the bouncer, to call the bouncer to come to her aid to help separate the fight, which, okay, that is what she said. And at home, she said she was cooking fried rice or jollof rice because Liam, their son, had just marked 5 months. And she was cooking jollof rice, which I am not saying it is not possible or it is strange. No one is going to say no. Now, there are people who are saying, oh, she should have been by the side of her husband. Maybe she had been at the side of her husband before she went to cook the rice. We are not going to begin to lie. We are not trying to beat one person for the other. We are simply turning every stone to make sure that we see what is underneath. There is no sacred cow here. No, not at all. We have not put Naira Marley into a safety box. No. He had to come back from wherever it is that he is. Even though we have not seen one single video of Naira Marley bullying Mohbad. Audio, none at all. We've not seen any at all. We've only seen a video, which obviously is not the full. And we've seen that video of him coming to, I'm talking of Sam Larry now, coming to harass Mohbad. And he claimed that he did that because Mohbad owed 2 million naira that he paid him to perform a show. Now, Naira Marley also said there are certain things that has happened over time. He said that Mohbad and Sam Larry will go to neighboring African countries, and Mohbad will pretend like he's just going along, you know, with him just there to like chill out. And later they will call him and say, those people asked me to perform. Like, he is saying that Mohbad was being tricky with him. Mohbad does not want to give him percentage. Mohbad wants to be like a free artist after his label made him popular. That who knows Mohbad? In fact, till date, people will say the same thing, that nobody really knew Mohbad until after his RIP. Now, we are not going to hold on to just the statement of Naira Marley. We are also going to compare and contrast Naira Marley's statement and Mohbad's statement. Obviously, we all know what happens with record label. They want to suck everything from the artists because they know that majority of them will not last more than 2 to 3 years. After that, that's the end of their fame. They want to suck, they want to take as much as possible. And they are going to do the work. They're going to promote you. They're going to make you appear like you are too rich when sometimes you don't even. Look at Zenoliski, big house, big car. At the end of the day, you realize that there is nothing really. So it's like they weren't getting enough. The record label was actually getting more. I don't know the percentage that they agreed upon. I don't know if it is 70-30. I don't really know the percentage. I don't know the streams and the profit from it. I don't know the percentage. I don't really know the percentage. So, most of the times, majority of them want to get off from music with their record label. They want to do their thing. They want to go solo. It happened with Davido and his record label. His father had to pay off the record label to get him free to stand. It's not everybody that has someone who will pay. So, what did Mohbad's father and mother do? Mohbad's father and mother went to Naira Marley, and I heard him say things like, he's forgetting lyrics, he forgot password to his mobile phone, he said his mobile phone got wiped off. Definitely, if you enter the wrong password several times, it will wipe off your phone. I don't really know about that. And we also have, on the other hand, the so-called manager. We don't know if she is a permanent manager or more of an agent manager. Whenever there is a show, he knows how to move around and become this person's manager, that person's manager, like that. I don't really know. That one is called Sheyi. And certain people said there is a connection between Sheyi and Wunmi, that both of them are related. It makes no difference. We don't really care if they are related. What we want is sincerity and truth. We are not saying that we see or we have seen or we are seeing that she took this and took the life of Mohbad directly, even though we've heard about fetish from Maisi, one of Mohbad's friends that is no longer his friend anymore. Fetish, you know, and all of that. Now, if a man finds fetish objects and whatever with his wife, it is now left for you to leave, if you can leave. That is, if you can leave. But you know, you do not have that agency where you can go and report spiritual bondage, attack, and imprisonment. You can't. That is the truth. So if Wunmi and her family tied Mohbad's mind down for them to be able to control him, where are we going to report this? Who is going to handle this? Is the court going to work on this? No. But Mohbad's father said certain things. Wunmi also said certain things. And Mohbad's father did not say, no, it is not so. Example, she spoke about Mohbad's father bringing a woman and the clash between Mohbad's mother and Mohbad's father, even though they are not together, like married anymore. But I'm kind of thinking that Mohbad tried to bring father and mother together when it appeared like everything is beginning to be good. And, you know, as man and woman, both of them probably, they started doing man and woman thing again in Mohbad's house. Like, okay, let's stick together and remain, you know, as one. Something like that. Now, Mohbad's mother said she moved down to Ikorodu, not to Mohbad's father's house, but she moved down to Ikorodu. Yes, that she moved down there to live there. I don't know, maybe with her children, because we heard that she had other children for other people, or that for a man. Let's just use the word for someone else. I don't know if she's married to that person or she's not married. I don't even know about that, and we don't really care. But she, Wunmi, said the fight or the quarrel or the lack of trust between herself and Mohbad's father is as a result of that singular event. But Mohbad's father pointed something, said 500,000 naira has not crossed my account. Everything that, you know, that concerns money comes from Wunmi. And in conclusion, that Mohbad does not have a bank account and Wunmi only is in charge of finance. And Mohbad reminded us, even though he's gone, that he and Wunmi share the same iCloud account, the account for both of their iPhones, meaning, you know, anyone can wipe off anyone's mobile phone, data, check data, confirm this and that. So, he accused her of all of this. These are what we are talking about. These are the things that we are talking about. Like, you know what? There are things that we need to deal with. There are things that we need to find out. Mohbad's father and mother acknowledged that Mohbad spoke to them and they spoke to Mohbad, but he restricted them from taking action when he was being bullied. He said, people will mock me, people will laugh at me. Now, Mohbad's mother, they say she's a former police officer. What did she do to help Mohbad? We don't know. Not that she must help Mohbad. She can decide not to help Mohbad. But, you know, we are talking about the human aspect of it. What did she do to help him? Now, before Mohbad could go to petition against Sam Larry and the bullying, according to the police, they said that Sam Larry, of course, he is a known person, known bully, and also one of the top Tout Agbero for those, you know, chiefs and king around that island. He is a known face. He goes around taking money off. He is like a strong thug in that particular part. He's a strong thug in that particular part. Now, he already went to the police station, to report Mohbad. So there is a petition, according to the police, already on Mohbad, and Mohbad refused to respond to the petition. So when he brought his own petition, they said, no, why didn't you respond to the first petition? Now, this is where the police really failed. They refused to do the needful, as it should be done. They say, why didn't you respond to the first petition? Why are you writing a counter petition? Why are you coming to report? You want us to attend to yours. Now, we know how the Nigerian police thing is. They are corrupt. Who knows, maybe Sam Larry had already gone, paid them. Probably heard that Mohbad was going to do this and that. But what he accused Mohbad of is, I paid him 2 million to perform in my mom's, whatever. But he didn't come to attend, he didn't perform, and he refused to return money. And that is the reason why that is why we came to where he is. I didn't even know he was the one. I was told someone was shooting a movie. Now, I want us to look into that. He said, oh, someone said. And when he got there, he said, so it's you. So when you look at it, is it that Sam Larry goes around wherever he hears that someone is shooting a movie, or shooting a music video or whatever, he will go there like, how the normal tout and Agbero operate. They will go there, bully the person like, give us money, unless we'll scatter this show. Give us money or we'll scatter the music video. He came and said, oh, so it is you. Oh, so it's you. So at the end of the day, from what the lawyer said, when he watched all of this video, at the end of the music video, at the end of everything, they ended up sitting down somewhere to eat some staple food together. Probably they settled it or they didn't settle it. I don't really know what happened inside of them. So, about Mohbad's RIP, the question a lot of people are asking is how is it possible for two people to have a fight, regardless of the injury, as long as it's not like it was his vital organs were tampered with, or he got injured somehow there, or he injured himself there. He got home, they called in a nurse, auxiliary nurse. That's what we know right now. They called in the auxiliary nurse, his friend. In fact, do you know that the Nigerian police held on to the friend of Mohbad that called his auxiliary nurse? They said he is also part of it. And I see that as stupidity. So if I call a nurse that I use because of my, they claim that even if he doesn't know that this person, come on, this is rubbish. They said he's an accessory, that he called the nurse, that is the one that called the auxiliary nurse, unqualified nurse, that is not qualified to perform such. It's not as if she's not part of the medical whatever. She is, because auxiliary nurses are all over Nigeria. The government has not gone, or the medical whatever, they've not gone to arrest every of these people that say they train nurses, not like they go to the school. So he has been held also. They say he's going to be held for bringing the nurse. Now, the nurse has been held, of course. They said she's not qualified to do what she did. Now, there is something else that we heard from the friend of the nurse, that this is what she told her. And she brought her face, she said it, that the nurse, when she returned to check Mohbad, they already poured water on his head. And when she asked them, why didn't you call me? What nonsense is this? They said, this is how he normally faints. Now, until the Nigerian police allow the nurse to say our own bit, we don't want them to cover people's mouth. Let them speak to the public also, what they know, so that we can have it also on record. Because we want to be sure what really happened. We know that if Mohbad had gone to the hospital when he got injured, like many people will not, maybe he will be alive. Maybe he will be alive. Maybe. That's what I'm using. I'm using the word carefully. Maybe he will be alive. But they got a nurse who administered the right medication, but not in the right setting. Because if anything should happen, well, they will have to now start running helter-skelter, and anything could happen before they arrive at the hospital or wherever it is, if it had been done in a proper setting. And you will ask, why would Mohbad want to go to the hospital with a slight injury as they claim it is? Why? You see? Why would he want to go to the hospital? Like I said, there is more to what the eyes can see. Maybe Mohbad RIP'd. Finally, I'm using the word carefully, finally, due to his own personal decision, like, you know what, I'm not going to the hospital, but unfortunately, they got in a nurse that administered, and the reaction, we don't even know, because we heard from some online medical practitioners saying that there are two possibilities. One, like I've said, I've shared it with you on this platform, that there are two possibilities. One, probably Mohbad had substance inside of him, hard substance that they consume. That's one. So when the medication got inside of him, it gave adverse reaction. Then two, the medication was passed through IV rather than intramuscular, and meaning it was not injected directly. If it had been injected directly, maybe the nurse would have been able to see the reaction quickly, and maybe, I'm using the word maybe because it is not even hospital, maybe she would have been able to take quick action, quickly take him to the hospital so that they can inject some blockers to stop the reaction. Still, they still have to put him in the car and transport him, isn't it? But somehow it seems we are hearing stories like they had kept him, that Mohbad had RIP'd like 24 hours before they now decided to inform his father. All of those things, like, we are hearing. This is what we want to find out. And of course, the CCTV, they say it's not working. So it's like everything worked against Mohbad. Everything worked against Mohbad. That is it. Everything has been silenced. People just want to nail, like this lover that has fallen out of grace, falling out of glory. They just want to nail Naira Marley. Naira Marley, Naira Marley, Naira Marley. Did Naira Marley fight Mohbad at the show? Was he there? Did he call the nurse? What happened? But people want to know. That is why. So at that time, people were coming to, oh, Naira Marley, Sam Larry, Naira Marley. At the end of the day, they've been let out on bail. Of course, they'll be going to the court. Everyone have said their bit, but we did not get substance from Wumi's testimony. That is the problem. And also, Mohbad's junior brother that should have testified and say, this is what I know. This is what happened. This is what culminated into this and that. So that we can balance it up with what the Nigerian police are saying, that the fight between Prime Boy, the bullying of Sam Larry and Naira Marley culminated into the final RIP of Mohbad. That's stupid. Doesn't make sense. We want to know more. Is there more to what the eyes can see? We want to find out. We don't want someone trying to, hoodwink us. We want to know the role of Mohbad's wife, everybody in it. We want to know. We want to know. We want to know. And we are begging on Mohbad's brother, say the truth. Because we know they said your mom received some 67 million naira or 73 million naira from the donation, or even more. A woman has not seen 100,000 cash in her hand before, and they promised that they are taking you to the US for you to keep your mouth shut. Speak the truth and let the devil be ashamed, because your brother's spirit will haunt you.